to Fayette County Public Library. I'm Miss Lisa, and today you have joined me for a science show. Today we're talking about plants. Now, when I say the word plants, what do you think of? Do you think of the big, tall trees? Do you think about the grass we walk upon? Maybe you think about the flowers that you pick. Those are all plants. But did you know that a lot of the food that is on our plates are plants? So we're going to be talking today about the plants that are on your plate. Now, when we eat plants, when we eat food that is a plant, we may be eating the fruit of a plant, the leaf of a plant, the seed, the flower, the stem, or the root of a plant. So we're going to talk today about what the difference is. What type of plants that we eat are the different part of a plant. Now, we're going to start with fruits because they're the easiest, okay? We know that a fruit is the fleshy part of a plant that we eat, and the seeds are on the inside. Now, I have a bunch of pictures here. Can you look at these pictures and pick out some that are fruits? I bet you immediately see the strawberry. That is a fruit, okay? What else do we have? We have watermelon. We have tomatoes. We have pumpkin. Those are all some of the fruits that we eat. Now, on my plate that I have here, you might also see some fruit. We have some grapes, we have an orange, and we have an apple. Now, the thing that all of these foods have in common is that their seed is on the inside. So, if I take this apple and I slice it in half, look, there are the seeds. And that's what makes the difference between a fruit and a vegetable, okay? Now, when we eat the other parts of a plant, these are our vegetables. So what are some leaves that we eat? Well, if I look over here at my pictures, I can see that there is cabbage. I see there's lettuce. They're very leafy vegetables, aren't they? We also have some spinach, and these, which not too many children like to eat, are Brussels sprouts. Now, if you think about a plant and you think about the leaves, here's what a cabbage looks like when it is growing in the garden. Look at all those leaves. Now, a farmer will come by and pick this part off of it before it all opens up, and that is what a cabbage will look like in the garden. Here is some spinach. Now, I grew spinach in our garden last year, and I have some spinach right here on my plate. These things actually just grow in the dirt, and when you want a salad, you just go by and pick off the leaves. So we are eating the leaf of a plant. Brussels sprouts is something I had no idea how they grow. But look at this, guys. These are all the leaves that they're on the stem, and we eat the leaf. A Brussels sprout is a little compact ball of leaves, and it grows right there on the stem like that. Fascinating. All right, so those are the leaves. Now, we also eat seeds of a plant. Now, let's look over here at my pictures. Which ones of these are seeds? Well, I hope you know that when you eat corn on the cob, you're actually eating the seed as well as beans. Okay? Now, over here in my little tray, I have a whole variety of seeds. Some of these we eat and some of them we don't. And you'll notice some are teeny tiny, some are bigger than others. This is a bean seed. It has come right out of a bean pod, and we eat it. Okay? So we eat the seeds of some plants. I also have corn seeds. This is what farmers will plant out in the fields here soon. And this is actually a dried up kernel of corn that the farmers will plant in the ground, and then it makes new corn plants. So we actually do eat seeds of some plants. All right, what comes next? Flowers. Did you know that we actually eat a flower? Well, looking at our pictures over here, we only have a few left. Which one of these is actually a flower? Well, I hope you said cauliflower, because that sort of just gives it away, right? The name is in the name of the plant. Broccoli is also a flower. So is this guy. Anybody know what this is? This is a rutabaga. Okay, no, I'm sorry, it's an artichoke. It's an artichoke. So let me show you how they grow in a farmer's field. These are artichokes. Look at this. Look at all the leaves. Look at all the flowers growing on the top of those leaves. So the farmer will come by and pick those off, send it to the store, and people eat them. Not me, but some people eat them, okay? So those are artichokes. What about the cauliflower? Look at all the leaves. There's a stem and there's a root, but then there's the flower. So the farmer will come by and pick that part and then sell it to the stores, and we eat the cauliflower. The same thing goes for the broccoli, okay? This is a flower, okay? And we eat this, and it's very yummy. So we eat flowers. Now, we also eat the stems of some plants. So if we look over here, what would be a stem? Well, we have our celery and asparagus. And here's something that we don't grow here in Indiana at all, but that is sugar cane. And let me just show you what celery looks like in a garden. So look at it. It's all the little stems are popping up. We don't eat the leaves. We don't eat the root, but we do eat the stem of a celery. I think asparagus looks funny when it's in the ground. It just shoots right up. Okay, and we don't eat the leaves, we don't eat the roots, but we eat the stalk or the stem of this plant, and that is our asparagus. Now, sugarcane is one of our tallest plants that we eat the stems of. And again, we don't eat the leaves, we don't eat the roots, but we eat all of this part. Now, we don't eat the hard outer side, we eat what's on the inside. It's where our sugar comes from. So this is what sugarcane looks like. Now, on my table here, I do have a stem. If you look carefully, this is a stem. Does anybody know what this is? This is rhubarb. I bet your grandma makes rhubarb pie, or you can just chew it and eat it raw. It's so sour. It's awesome. Okay, so that is also a stem of a plant that we eat. Now, finally, we have some roots. Now, we have a few pictures here left. We have carrots and radishes. Now, we have potatoes. Technically, a potato is not a root, but it's growing off of the root, and they grow underground. So I have included those here in this category. So what do carrots look like underground? Here is a picture of what you would see in a field if a farmer was growing carrots. And here, I bought this morning. Look how big it is. This is a massive carrot. It's really a root. At the top right here, you can sort of see where the leaves were. So somebody has come by and cut the leaves off because we don't eat that part. We eat the root. Isn't that cool? So those are the carrots. Now, like I said, a potato is not really a root, but they're growing off of the roots. Okay, and they do grow underground. Sweet potatoes as well as the white potatoes, they all grow underground, and it's a part of a plant that we eat. Now, you remember how I cut the apple in half, and we found the seed on the inside, and there's more seeds down inside that apple. But what about all of these vegetables? Where do we get the seeds to grow new ones? How did people get these seeds in order to put them in packages so that we can grow them in our gardens? Well, what we have to do is leave some of these vegetables in our garden so that they will go to seed. So here is a picture of a lettuce plant that has gone to seed. Instead of the farmer picking the head of lettuce, it just sits in the garden, and then that lettuce will start growing all these shoots and these little pods, and in these pods are the seeds, which is pretty cool. Now, with a potato, and I have one here, a potato is a little different. The potato, you can see, sort of has some little bad spots on it. There's a couple little bad spots, and those will start to grow a new potato. And so what a person would do is cut that little piece off and plant it in the ground, and you get new potatoes that way. All right, boys and girls, so today we have talked about plants that we eat. Now, here's my challenge to you. When Mom and Dad serve you lunch or dinner or breakfast, I want you to look at what's on your plate. How many of you are eating fruit? I hope a lot of you are. How many of you are eating the leaf of a plant, or a seed, or a flower? How many of you are eating stems or roots? So my challenge is, I want you to look at your plate when your parents give it to you in the next couple of days and think, what part of the plant am I eating? All right, I hope you have learned a lot today about plants. Come join me again in 2 weeks for another really cool idea about science. See ya.